Hey, check this out. 1,506 watts massive input. This is the Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro, which is a huge upgrade over its previous gen 1500, which I tested back in 2021. In this review, I'm going to connect heaters to it, not just one heater, two heaters, and max out its rated 2,200 watts pure sine wave output. See what happens. It also features USB-C 100 watts output, so I can charge my MacBook. It has 100 watts combined USB-C inputs, and it's not bidirectional. You cannot charge the battery bank using the USB Type-C ports. It is controlled, this DC section, USB section, is controlled by this little switch, and the AC power output is controlled by this one, and there's additional DC 12 volts, 10 amps, 120 watts car socket output, 12 volts. I'm not sure if it is regulated or not. The display, which has a pretty short timeout, it shows the input current input charging speed in wattage, the percentage, the charging remaining, the time remaining, and the output wattage and the time remaining. There is also a flashlight here, which is pretty handy. Has brightness adjustments and change it to, I guess that's SSO Morse code. All right, let's do some quick charging tests. And keep in mind, when I'm connecting multiple devices to the unit, the input is going to drop, although it supports pass-through charging. Okay, that's heater 1. I will have to increase its power output to max. H3 is gonna be max, yes. The power output can be found here. Okay, I'm gonna move my camera closer a little bit. 1,388 watts. Now the input dropped to 194 watts. You know what? I'm actually going to disconnect the charging cable. It should be able to handle it just fine as the, and we can also see the cutoff limit if I connect additional charger. So I unplugged the input for now. I'm going to enable my second heater, setting at the maximum heating speed. It's 3,000 watts. Okay, got cut off. I will have to re-enable it. Yeah, it looks like it has the safety feature built in. There's no fuse to replace. Certainly cannot handle 3,000 watts continuous. That is, okay. I'm going to stop the oscillation. 1,500 watts shouldn't be a problem at all. If I put this one at a pretty low setting, I'll lower the power consumption of the other one, and it handled it just fine. 2,474 watts. Okay, 2,255. Pretty good. It definitely lives up to its 2,200 watts rating. Okay, let's take a look at what's in the back when it's running right now. This is the AC charging input. And it also features 2 DC input. I actually got the 400 watt solar panel kit. So it can definitely take in 400 watts, 200 watts each. It may be able to take in 800 watts if you have 4 of these 200 watts panels connected in parallel. Let's take a look here again. The display shows 2,165 watts. This is insane. Okay, let me plug into the wall power outlet and see what happens to the input. it does work very well. Okay, it kicks in. I hear a little clicking sound when the power outlet is connected. Okay, it shuts off, perhaps due to overheating. Now although the AC, oh, it's back. Oh, it's the fan from here. Interesting. Yeah, my fan here, my heater fan are off right now. Now I'm going to, like I said, mentioned earlier, the display has a pretty short timeout. There's no way to set it. I'm going to, disconnect my USB-C connection. It's back to 1,324 watts. Okay, the input power rating, the power consumption keeps going up. Although the AC, this button also shows on it is on after the power gets cut off. There's a F6, maybe it is an error code, maybe, I don't know. Let me reset it. Now my heaters are back. Hear the beeping sound. Let's try this one again. So perhaps charging it from the wall power outlet and drawing the same maximum rated power is not the best idea. Okay, in order to get the maximum rated continuous, like maybe, let's see if it can do 2,500 watts. Two heaters running at the same time. 2,243 watts. All right, it's holding it fine. I'm just going to increase the heat setting on the other one a little bit more. Let's see if this number will increase. The heat setting is H2. 2,800. This is pretty good, very impressive. It was able to handle a little bit more than it's rated for. Now I'm going to do H3 on that heater. 2,826. Okay, that is the cutoff point. Once it exceeds 2,806 watts, then, well, the power is off. However, I would prefer this LED light to go off. It is on, giving the impression that the AC ports are still usable, but I cannot power these heaters on again. So I have to press here and do this again, and press it again one more time to do the full reset. I do like the fact that no fuse is involved, so I don't have to manually do the repair work. It does it automatically, which I think is a fantastic thing. It's also available across all of these modern power station designs. It's pretty common. Okay, so yeah, it can run two heaters, no problem. Perhaps for a very short period, as long as we keep the numbers below 2,800 watts. Okay, again, it shuts off. So I'm definitely going to reduce the power consumption of this one. H2, H1. Yeah, this is a really extreme test case. So normally you wouldn't do something like this. Now it's going to only last 0.8 hour. Realistically, when you're running a fridge, it's not going to run continuously. The motor will stop working after the temperature reaches the preset in the fridge. So it should last for days, really depending on the usage. And if you are drawing like 2,135 watts, it's only going to last me 0.7 hours. You can use the capacity divided by capacity times 0.8, the power efficiency conversion rate, then divided by the power consumption to get the more accurate runtime. In this case, at 84%. To over 2,000 watts, only gonna last 0.7 hours. Okay, but it's a fantastic solution for off-the-grid living as a power backup solution if you have power outages. So still can run your home appliances and charge small electronics. Yeah, looks like a pretty solid unit. It was able to just hang in there at the rated power setting for a long time. I never had an issue with this battery bank before. So yeah, just keep in mind, keep it under 2,200 watts, should be all good. Like microwaves are usually rated at 1,200 watts, or the fridge is usually 300 to 800 watts. So yeah, I should drive multiple devices, and you can definitely connect a power strip to it and run more devices as long as those devices, as long as you keep those power consumption under 2,200 watts for all the connected devices. That should be okay. Okay, all right. So that's a quick overview of the Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro.